Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Miss Texas Show, where we showcase our amazing lives of our Texas lives from community leaders to survivors and highlight amazing survivors of traumatic events, family violence, sex trafficking, domestic violence, and sexual assault, as well as our community leaders to share the resources. We have several segments. One of them is in collaboration with the Veterans Chamber of Commerce, where we highlight the military and veterans and to share their stories during and after their services. We have another beautiful segment called Beautiful Ashes. That's where we have our pageant sisters, our amazing survivors and ambassadors that share their stories, the impact that they're making for their life. It's the holiday season now. We wanted to bring some cheer for all of us and bring hope, just like our theme of this show, hope, love, and unity. So today is our first show of our Hope series. And we wanted to introduce our amazing special guest today, show host of If Emmett Was Alive Today, Miss Daphne Brownjack. Welcome, Miss Brownjack.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being on the show with us and sharing us with us about hope. So, would you
Yes.
like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
First, I want to thank you for inviting me to this Hope series, Hope for the Holidays. And a little bit about myself. I'm a retired parole officer, and I'm an author and speaker. And I'm the founder and CEO of Prevention Zone Inc. And I am a podcast host for If Emmett Was Alive Today podcast, as well as an independent Mary Kay beauty consultant. Whoop, whoop.
As I say, Miss Brownjack is a lady of multiple talent,
Yes,
from
yes.
your experience as a parole officer, retired parole officer, to founder
Mm-hmm.
of a nonprofit organization, to beauty consultant for Mary Kay. Obviously, that you have a beautiful heart to help others, and to let our audience know that we actually literally just met a week ago, right?
Yes,
And I think God
yes,
putting our paths for us to meet, and we just
exactly.
clicked. And I love your spirit, love
Thank
what you
you.
do. You told me
Yes.
about, for instance, what prevention does for helping children, and we started talking about bringing hope, and how the children can be involved as victims and survivors of sex trafficking, not to mention the
Yes.
sex abuse. And as you might, guys who are watching now, this is the Miss Texas show. Not about a month ago, we had a show regarding the Boy Scout of America claim that was about sexual abuse, and we have a
Yes.
series of other shows talking about incest and sexual abuse. It just,
Mm-hmm.
I whenever I talk about these things, it brings me like goosebumps. I feel disgusted, and how can those people ever do those things to children? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't have children, and you have kids and beautiful
Yes.
daughters, and and like, my like brother, he has a daughter that's my niece, and I take her like my daughter, and I could
Yes.
hardly imagine, you know, people doing that to them.
Mm-hmm.
So, you said about the things that you do to help with the family, help with parents, help preventing those from happening. So,
Mm-hmm.
tell us a little bit about, how you do them.
Okay. With Prevention Zone, our goal is to assist the children with incarcerated parents. And that's a trauma all by itself, watching a parent being arrested and then taken into jail, and then the child having to try to keep a normal life, which going to school and everything. So, but with that happening to a child, it interrupts their little simple life of growing into adulthood. And so, and then of course they in and out of the courtrooms and might have to testify or whatever the case may be. That's a major trauma on just one child by himself, and then just think of it if it's more than one child from that one family. And so our goal is to reach out to the child as well as whoever they might be living with. We can assist them with mental health because that's going to be the first thing, is to keep their mental health stable. And then, of course, if they need lunch money or whatever the case may be, something real simple as that, we want to be there to help support that child. We'll have mentorships in place, some mentors in place to help that child or that family member that is assisting them while their parent is away. And so that's what we want to do with the children. And then, of course, the other part of it is the children that are in a positive environment, but yet face the world with negative things, and then keeping them on a path of being positive and everything. But it's all about helping all the children at the end of the day. We want to be able to reach all the children from different parts of the city, in our community, in the our United States and in the world. We just want to be a beacon of light, of hope for those children that is going through things.
Thank you. I really applaud you for what you do. I think this is beautiful what you're doing to help the children. These children, they're innocent. They all deserve their just life being children. Whether they play video games, play with toys, go to school, because children are not supposed to have to take those weight on their shoulder. Unfortunately, things happen, and this is life. This is like you mentioned, they have to go possibly into the courtrooms to testify. That event alone is traumatic to them. So you talk about mental health, we talked about those children, regardless of whatever happened to them, whether it's physical, mental, or something. And you know what, I always say, it's a hidden pandemic. People see the COVID, and that's something that people have symptoms. Maybe you have flu-like symptoms. Maybe have
right.
But this is hidden, and a lot of people have to cope with them. I'm about to also come up with some more series about self-care and health awareness, and you guys are welcome to tune in and subscribe to the channel to talk about that. This is the root cause. A lot of the people ask me, this is a side subject, say, how do you keep up with your figure? I said, well, I just get lucky, I have the genes. But I think it's really a self-care process. We all have our ups and downs. And in my episode, I'll share a little bit of my journey about my research, how I started researching this, because my doctor gave me what I call the death sentence. I'm like, oh my God, I'm still young, and I'm gonna have to take medicine and this and that. But I always believe in the root cause. A lot of people get into drug addict, whether smoking, alcohol. These are all a result from mental health. I don't remember exactly the name of. There was a psychiatrist that Tony Robbins. I like to listen to him, and he talked about this psychiatrist. There was a prison, and these are all incarcerated murderers, and he went and treated them and with mental health, and afterwards like a lot of them were healed from that. And so we want to treat the root cause, same as why I wanted to share my journey about my weight management, because I think it's very easy to say, yeah, you can do this. What right now it's hot, keto diet, paleo, what's that, intermittent fasting. And I like to be a guinea pig, so I'll be honest, I tried them, and guess what, it didn't work, because I think you really needed to find out about the root cause, same as the mental health. People are overweight, because
Mhm.
people just like feel like they don't have self-confidence, and they feel
Right.
I hate to use that word, they feel sorry for themselves, they feel
Mhm.
lonely. A few days
Yes.
ago I was attending a meeting. It's becoming chronicle now, the loneliness,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
after the lockdown, the quarantine. And we're
Mhm.
not really physically in jail, but it's the
Right.
mental health. And
Yes.
nowadays, the social media, people.
Mhm.
I had a friend. It's so funny. We're at dining table, sitting across the table from each other, and we
Uh-huh.
were talking. And he would text me. I'm like, but why don't you just talk to me? I'm sitting across the table from you. So these
Uh-huh.
are all the things, the new, I guess, the modern age problem. I guess there's
Yeah.
pros and cons. I'm guilty of it. I mean, like,
Yes.
I would be like playing with my phone at the not playing, but responding to social
I know
media
what you
messages
mean.
when I'm at
Yes.
dining table. I'm like, no, 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 I have to respond to this. I feel like
Mhm.
it's rude, and I apologize for that. But I
Yes.
want to say that it's only when I absolutely have to do it immediately. Otherwise, I usually put my phone down and put on mute, because I think that's the table manner that our
And
generation, our parents
yes.
taught us. Like, you're supposed to close your mouth when you chew food. Don't make
That's
noise,
yes.
and don't just like spit all over the place, and then
Right.
pay
Right.
attention and have conversation, eye contact,
Yes.
and all those things. So I think
Yes.
it's very a very worthy cause what you're doing, and a very important message you're talking
Mhm.
about, especially
Yes.
about the mental health. Can you tell
Mhm.
us, like, you mentioned about the resources helping children, about maybe lunch money,
Mhm.
helping with their transportation. So what are your views, and what are the resources that you know of, or you guys are providing in terms of helping children in this area, especially during the holiday season?
Yes. So our goal is to, like you say, the holidays are coming up, and this past weekend we had a chance to play a part of what we are needing to do. We were able to provide turkey, frozen turkeys to the families, that are in need. And so that was such a joy to me, being able to hand out and be a part of that community outreach, giving out food, helping, and it was 2,500 turkeys we wind up being able to give, and it just really touched my heart. And because of the pandemic, our goal this year was to be more active in the schools and everything. And I actually have a school that I am being a part of, and so we didn't get a chance to do that this year. And it was just like, oh my God, we have to find a way to reach. And so when I was invited to join Be Busy Wellness Center, I was like, oh my God, this is the opportunity for us to go out and help. And so we had on our t-shirts and everything. So that meant a whole lot to me. And seeing the families come, we saw the parents, we saw the children was in some of the vehicles, and we were very safe because we all had on our masks and everything. So that meant a whole lot to me, although we didn't get a chance to fulfill our goals being physically involved. But that was a start right there. That was a start right there.
That was a beautiful event. Yes, I know. I
Yes.
know that it started off with 1,000 turkey, and that went away fast. And then
Yes.
later on, they brought in more kosher turkey, and that was
Yes.
beautiful. And I love
Yes.
what they did, with the social distancing and turkey being
Yes.
fun. That's
Yes.
beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's my philosophy as well.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that people think that pageants should just wear the gown, put on makeup, and look beautiful. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind getting my hands dirty. I don't mind
And you
getting
did.
sticky. Trust me. I mean, I have my makeup on and I have a
Right.
mask on, and it's all stuck together. I hated it. But when it compares to putting on the smile of the family
Yes.
that you're
Mm-hmm.
serving, because our goal is to serve the community.
That's
And
it.
thank you for
Yes.
being part of this important cause. I think
Yes.
this is just beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
And the children, I know that you said this year has been really hard, that you partnered with school, and we did back to school drive as well. In the future,
Hmm.
if there's anything that you need us to help with,
Okay.
it comes
Okay.
to donating school supplies,
Yes.
or
Okay.
going to the just communicate,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to be
Yes.
part of
Yes.
their life with them. I know that once again this year is different, but in the past we have held like Christmas events and brought toys and food
Okay.
and games and music and the prizes, to the children and the
Yeah.
parents, the families in need. And the
Yes.
smile that you put on the face of that family. I remember that little girl just came to me and oh my gosh, I need to go find that. I'll be right back. I don't usually do
Okay.
that, but I'm gonna show you that bracelet. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
I kept this thing handy and it's sacred
Mm-hmm.
to me. So as you can see, it's just like a rubber elastic band bracelet.
Yeah.
And this thing even fell off. It was like a little, like a little pendant, sort of like
Mm-hmm.
that. And it was attached, but it broke. And I
Okay.
put on it. It's like a bracelet. So she made two
Yes.
of it, one of
Oh.
us for each, and we took like a selfie together, and I saw the
Yes.
smile on her face. And
Yes.
because it's really hard, you know even back then, before the pandemic, we call it
Mm-hmm.
the holiday syndrome. Like
Yeah.
these survivors there, that was a shelter we went to. It was a
Okay.
full service shelter for
Mm-hmm.
domestic violence and sex trafficking. And
Okay.
yeah, and a lady came to me in tears. She's like, so thank you so much for coming, and you have no idea what we're
Mm-hmm.
going through, but this really made our day. Because
Yes.
holidays for most people, I know it's fun, and that's why my goal and our goal is to bring hope, love, and unity, and to
Yes.
really to bring some light to people through
Mm-hmm.
holidays. It has been a hard year enough already, and I know
Yes.
that the causes that we deal with are not fun. And we have to deal with nasty things, nasty people,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
talking about them, and some of them might even include death, and it's all sad. But I
It
wanted
is.
to at least be a platform. We wanted to
Mm-hmm.
bring hope to people.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts about your advice to the families that are listening, our audience that are listening, whatever backgrounds they came from. Just like you said, we're serving this community, serving
Mm-hmm.
this as a one, all in this together, regardless
Yes.
of our backgrounds, their journey, nationality, race.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about what you think.
Okay, well, when you approached me and told me that's what we were going to be talking about, so just so many things came into my mind, and I said, "Well, God, I'm gonna have to narrow it down just to get to the core of what we are trying to do and what we want to tell everyone." And when you talk about hope, you talking about bringing things together and knowing that everything is going to be all right in spite of everything that is going on around us in our city, in our community, in our state, in our United States, in the world, there is still hope. And it's the fact that I look at it as being something, as I say in some of my other speeches, is that when we are faced with a situation and it says that we're going to go through that situation. And when you go through something, you come out. So it has to be a light at the end of the tunnel, because as we go through it, we come out and then the light is there, just waiting to see the break of day. And just to encourage the people that in spite of and just praying for the families who have lost their loved ones to the pandemic, and just let them know that it is hope and God had a purpose and a plan for all of this. And we'd be like, why is this? Well, there is a purpose and a plan for everything. Situations we are placed in, and just to help us appreciate sometime, when things come upon us and when all of this that is going upon us, it give us an opportunity. We see everything that's happening, but just think, I was listening earlier on the TV to one of the shows. The guy was saying that being busy, we here and they're going here and there and not able to be with our families because of all the things that we're having to do. But what the pandemic has done was brought us all together. Thanksgiving is coming up. They're telling us we can't visit our families. My sister-in-law called and said that, hey, we usually have our gathering, but because of it's dangerous now, it's literally dangerous because we don't
Yes.
want to catch that disease. And so now we're here with our families and just learning to appreciate our families that is living in our home at the time. And so with that hope, and then there's love. It's allowing us to really appreciate one another. And love is huge, love is real big. And then when it comes to unity, it's bringing us together. And with that hope and that love and that unity, that's a beautiful thing. That's a
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
I like to listen to a lot of podcasts myself, like,
Hmm.
including the health, wellness, as
Yes.
well as my faith, believing in God. One of my favorite bishop was Bishop Dale Bronner from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And I recall one morning, it's like God talking to me. It's like, when you were talking, I pulled up his notes because I sincerely, like, keep them very close to me. And he
Yes.
said,
Yes.
every difficulty is an opportunity for development. And he said a
Hmm.
lot of good things. And I'm like, okay,
Yes.
where's my pen? Where's my notes? So I'm writing it down. But it truly it is. Like, for
Hmm.
instance, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I would be traveling 3 hours a day just in the
See?
traffic, the Houston traffic, to my
Yes.
meetings, all the way sometimes to Galveston, sometimes to Katy. We're scattered
Yes.
around. But
Uh-huh.
now we're able to facilitate this through Zoom. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't because of the pandemic. You and I
Right?
wouldn't have met because of the pandemic. So I really believe
Exactly.
that, yes, it is sad, and by no means do I want that to happen. But because of that, that really,
Mhm.
facilitated us in ways that has never ever happened before. And the
Yes.
unity,
Yes.
like you mentioned about the family, I had
Hmm.
several friends who told me, like including yourself, that brought perspective to us about what we think it really matters to our lives. Some
Yes.
people say it's my health. Some people
Hmm.
say it's my family. I know
Hmm.
people have different perspectives, but I
Yes.
really believe the unity is the number one. I think,
Yes.
we are all human. And, we are
Yes.
human being that needs the connection. And again,
Hmm.
that is part of the loneliness that we had, mentioned earlier. If we
Yes.
isolate ourselves, and I know that we're all independent, and like you said, that people are busy here and there, and I'm guilty of it. Just
Yes.
before
Me
our
too.
interview, I was like racing back from my meeting, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to do it, but it's the holiday season, and this year just being so weird, should I call it? It's like,
Yes.
normally we say, yeah, let's do lunch together for holiday, but now I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm not too sure, but I don't want
Yeah.
to come across like, no, I don't want to see you. No, I personally, I'm a people person, and I see you are as well. I love the interaction with people. I
Yes.
know it's different. Like, we pick up the phone, it's nice. We see
Hmm.
each other on Zoom, it's nice.
Yes.
We meet in person, that we have the interaction. And I'll be
Hmm.
honest, like, I'm not much of a text person, but sometimes we have to get the message
Okay.
across when we're in meetings, right? So that's
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
We just, we can come across cold. But I think, if I may, just from my perspective, to
Hmm.
suggest to the community about what they can do, is just really pick up the phone, make
Pick
the
up the phone.
connection,
Yes.
check your
Yes.
check on your loved ones, your friends. I
Mm-hmm.
know we're all
Mm-hmm.
guilty of it. I have a girlfriend
Yes.
who I've been trying to connect. She's busy, I'm busy, but I'm like, hey, let's do something because we
Mm-hmm.
are all from like in that case, she's from Africa, and so
Okay.
we're both from foreign countries. Yes, we have families here, but we don't have extended family like y'all do. So
Mm-hmm.
especially during the holiday season, just reach out to people to check
Yes.
on them. And I have
Yes.
another friend. I'm planning to visit her as well. Last year she was so sweet, and she made my birthday present for me, and she got
Mm-hmm.
sick. So I've been trying to get hold of her. I couldn't really locate her, but yeah, I would love to do something to just for the people. Once again, it's about serving
Right.
the community.
Yes. Yes. That is so true. That.
Yes, yes. But I just wanted to thank you so much for taking this time and
Oh
sharing
yes.
what you do, your beautiful spirit, your
Thank
multiple
you.
talent with us.
Thank you.
And in the future, once again, this is if you're watching, this is the Miss Texas show. This is the holiday season special. Hoping
Yes.
for the holidays, but we're gonna bring Miss Brown Jack back again to
Thank
discuss
you.
more about her cause and what she's
Mm-hmm.
doing with the children and how you can helping us and helping her achieve the cause because we believe this
Yes.
is a community cause and I'm in this and we're all in this together as one.
Yes. Yes.
If you think this is helpful, make sure that you like the show and hit the subscribe button, but make sure that you click on the notification so that you can get upcoming shows as well. And thank you so much once again, Miss
Yes.
Brown Jack, for being on the show and
Thank you
sharing
for
this
having me.
important message with us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye
Happy
bye.
holidays.
You too. Thank you.